After finishing The Last of Us Part 2, and even after doing a review on it, I was thinking about Abby's character and why many people, me included, think she is a bad character. So in today's video I'm going to analyze Abby and give you my reasons on why Abby is a bad character. Our first interaction with Abby happens randomly pretty much at the start of the game. We see her talking to some people that we don't know, and then a little bit later she ends up getting saved by Joel and Tommy. Of course, after this we see the infamous golfing scene, so to say. This scene of course serves as a means to establish Abby as the big bad that will give the player the motivation to embark on Ellie's journey for revenge. Despite of the popular belief that I hate the game story because Joel dies, and only that, according to my comment section of course, that's the least of its problems. While the way Joel died was horribly written and unrealistic, I thought that if the rest of the game had good writing and interesting characters, I could move on from that. So after playing for about 11 hours, the eventual shift to Abby happened. Until this point the game was mostly okay for me. It wasn't at the level of the first game, but it was no way near as bad as I thought it would be. I went into Abby's campaign with an open mind and I really tried to like her. But I just couldn't. Now, there's many reasons for that, so let me talk about them. Firstly, the whole game's theme is supposed to be about cycles of revenge and that they're not good or bad guys in this world. That concept is immediately proven false when you start playing as Abby. The game immediately tries to make you like Abby from the moment you start playing with her. We get to see her father and how he was apparently just a good guy that was killed by the evil Joel. Let's ignore the fact that he had no qualms about killing a 14-year-old girl. None. Marlene even asks him if he would do the same if that was his daughter. And what he answers, you say? Nothing. He ignores the question and moves on. So yeah, not quite the same, isn't he? At least Marlene really felt bad and really questioned the decision of killing Ellie, even if she agreed to it in the end. Marlene showed empathy, and that's what Abby lacks and showcases that multiple times through the story. Even in the scene she tells her dad that he is doing the right thing and in no way feels concerned that they are about to kill the 14-year-old innocent child. What is supposed to be a way for the game to make you sympathize about Abby becomes another reason for me to dislike her even more. And let me say this, making the daughter of a random NPC that you killed on the first game as the villain is a really cheap and stupid plot device. I mean, what is going to happen next? In the next game there's gonna be the son of a random soldier that you killed from the second game? Doesn't make sense, I really didn't like that. So after that we get to the present day Abby after she killed Joel. The game shows you the goals and tries to humanize them. They show you their community and how they all live happily together. The game even shows you some characters that you have already killed as Ellie to make you feel bad for killing them. Now that again really doesn't work because these people try to kill you in the first place. The ghouls won't try not to kill you, they shoot on sight. Showing them happily talking to Abby won't change that fact and I won't like them even more. They are bad people. They even show you the visibly pregnant woman that Ellie killed before to shock you even more. I was actually wondering at that moment why they sent such a pregnant woman to a dangerous mission outside the base. Actually, you know why they did it? To make Ellie look bad because she killed a pregnant woman. Forget about all the other people that she and Abby kill in the game. That kill traumatized Ellie because of shitty plot. The game always tries to make you like Abby and hate Ellie. There's not any middle ground. Abby gets way more cutscenes than Ellie and we're supposed to understand her perspective, but not only that, the game tries to tell you that she's on the right on this confrontation. It's Joel's fault that he killed her father. Ellie is bad for killing so many people to get her revenge. Look at this dog that you killed. Look at this random guy that you don't care. You killed him, you monster. Meanwhile, the game forces you to do all of those things with no way to avoid it. On that point, I want to say that Ellie at least feels bad and other times is so disgusted by her action that she even vomits. That happens multiple times in her campaign. With Abby, her friends literally die in front of her eyes and she doesn't care. She really doesn't. Manny literally gets shot in the head and she doesn't care. She kills her own people that she spent her life with and she doesn't care. Yara dies and she doesn't care. The only time that she does care and shows a little bit of emotion is when she sees Owen dead. Owen was Abby's love interest, but things between them didn't progress quite well. So in the game, Owen has a relationship with Mel, meaning that the pregnant lady that died. Of course, Abby only thinks about herself, so she has sex with Owen, and when Mel calls her out on it, she again doesn't seem to care that much. Of course, she only cares for Owen's death and didn't even took a second to grieve for Mel and her other friends. Mel called her a bad person, and I agree. She's a psychopath that only cares for her interest and won't think twice to kill you. Not even once Abby thought about how she tortured and killed Joe. In the game, she even jokes about it while talking with Manny. I mean, like, really? Are we supposed to empathize with Abby for torturing someone? Okay. For her, he was just someone that she wanted revenge on, but the way she took her time to torture him before doing it really makes me dislike her, and I can't really move on from that. Her lack of empathy and the way the whole plot is trying to force you to like her doesn't work. The game even tries to get you to sympathize with her by showing her taking care of Lev. While I enjoyed Lev and Yara's characters, and I think they're the best characters in part 2, they're relatively developed. I think they only existed for solely the part to make us like Abby more. They tried to replicate the dynamic between Joel and Ellie that they had in the first game, but that's impossible considering Abby is such a despicable psychopath. For one good thing she does, there are other 10 bad things to counterbalance her moral scale. The Last of Us Part 2 tried to give you perspective. It wanted you to see that things aren't black and white in this world. Unfortunately, the way they went about it and by making Abby as the good guy undermined its whole message. Abby herself is an uninteresting, selfish, musclehead kind of a character who only cares about herself. I hope Naughty Dog's next game has better writing, because for me this just is not doing it. It's not a good game for me. Like, on my review I rated the game about a 7 out of 10. But at that moment I was still to play the ending. And of course I started making my review because I knew what the ending was going to be like, because I have read the leaks. But actually playing the ending is way worse. So I think my score right now is gonna be like a 6. It's like a 6. Anyway guys, thanks for watching and have a fantastic day.
I'm only asking for enough to... Thank you, kind sir. Blessings of the shadow upon you.